appreciate it. Misdemeanor, don't control over the felony. It's just the misdemeanors.
Ms. Williams, let's go through this. In June of 22, you had an interference that dismissed. In September of 2022, you had an injury to a child dismissed. In September of 23, an aggravated assault against a family member dismissed. Pursuant to that, you pled to a robbery and they put you on a probation for a robbery case. Since that time, you've now picked up in January of this year, a failure to stop being information. We gave you a bond, you got out. And now you've picked up another 2 cases. You picked up an evading arrest and a failure to identify oneself to a peace officer. Let's go through those. Do you mind going through probable cause on the 2 newest cases, please?
Yes, Your Honor. So on these cases, on April 13, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault in Harris County, Texas. Officers arrived and observed a large crowd of people in the parking lot. Officer observed them to be walking away from the scene. Officer told them to stay at the location. Officer then spoke to an individual who stated 2 girls jumped her, and she has video of it. Complainant pointed out the defendant and stated she is one of the girls who jumped her. Defendant began to walk away again. Officer told the defendant to stop, and the defendant began running away from the officer. Officer chased the defendant. Defendant ran 100 feet before being caught. Defendant then gave the name of her sister. A JBC officer read the defendant's prints that came back to the warrant for arrest for the FSGI.
So she had the warrant out.
Chair, I believe for the
Let me look at the dams just to be sure which warrant we're talking about. It's going to be warrant out from Judge Nelson's court in the 42nd.
Yes. So she picked up the FSGI. They subsequently filed the motion to adjudicate.
Got it. Okay.
That was the warrant that was issued. That was
So here's what we're going to do. I am now revoking your bond on the failure to stopping of information. And they gave you 2 PR bonds on your 2 newest cases. I don't think so. I'm now revoking those PR bonds as well, and I'm going to raise those up as well. And I'm going to tell you, if you do get out again, I'm going to order you under home confinement, because when you get out, nothing good happens. Do you understand, Ms. Williams? The only thing we want are streets to be safe. And does that happen? Okay, so
I'm not saying you're guilty of them, okay? And we're just saying we have right to a jury trial. We have to, it's just a matter of, the judge wants to make sure that you're safe and that everyone is safe if you get out, okay?
no,
All right.
the problem, Ms. Williams, is that you're on bond or on probation for a very serious robbery case where people go to prison for 20 years. The only thing we ask you to do is behave yourself. And when you put yourself in a situation where it's inevitable that bad things are going to happen.
And Judge, I would like to say that Judge dating in the field ID, again, we're not conceding that they happen. We're just, but they are moments of being scared, Judge. I just, she's not out there.
I don't know. It sounds to me like she's not charged with another assault.
And again, Judge, it's just, she's not there stealing or anything else. It's some intentional thing. It is in the moment. It's obviously she's scared and she maybe makes a decision that she shouldn't make. But we'll look at the evidence, Judge, and approach.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, for sure. So for now, I'm going to set all the bonds at 5,003.
Yes, Judge.
And then we'll go from there, man.
We'll approach it. We'll get some more information, Judge.
Sure.
As well as when we get some information on the felony.
They're not going to file any new cases, are they? The assault or anything?
That's unknown right now, but Your Honor, I think for now the charges are just going to stay at this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Anyone? Are you Perry Lux? Mr. Lux, you are charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On February 12, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to an assault. Officer met with complainant. Complainant and defendant were in a dating relationship, but are currently separated. Complainant and defendant got into a verbal argument. Defendant punched complainant on the right side of her face, causing pain. Defendant left the complainant's house. Defendant threw multiple rocks at complainant's window, causing multiple windows to break. Officer noted complainant had redness and swelling around her right eye and cheek. Officer noted multiple broken windows and rocks inside of the residence.
Have the rip done? Do we know if she wants to have contact with him or not?
No.
Very good.
Okay. Mr. Lux, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons. I'm entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. That is a court order that identifies Ashley Mae Garcia as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot go within 200 feet of 8126 Sunny Ridge Drive or where she works. If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you, and that's one of the worst cases you can pick up. Do you understand, sir? No contact, no weapons, don't pick up any new cases, and don't go near this house. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer, so I'm going to have you come up here, sign all our documents, and then we'll get you out of here. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, though, sir. Please.
Was that it?
Morning, sir. You are Jose Alfredo Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez, guys, please. Mr. Ramirez, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. That allegation kicks it up to a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay. Okay.
Judge, on June 1st of 2024, officers were dispatched to a call, a disturbance call, a family with a weapon in Harris County, Texas. The complainant is the defendant's little brother. The witness is the defendant's sister. Witness stated that she heard defendant Ramirez state, "When you get out, I'm going to slice you up." Witness Matilda stated that she walked into the kitchen area and saw the defendant Ramirez holding a butcher knife, banging it on the kitchen counter against the complainant. Even 13.
You said banging it against the complainant?
That's correct. The counter and against the complainant. EV 13-year-old, the door of the complainant's door. It's just
He was banging on the door of
It's
the
like, yeah, counting against the complainant EV's door. So witness Matilda then stated that she called the police. Complainant confirmed the threat.
So
It's his 13-year-old little brother.
do we know, are drugs or alcohol have any kind of part in this? He just had a DWI dismissed not a week ago. Also pled to a resisting arrest. I mean,
Alcohol. There was one moment, Your Honor.
I have prior drug cases here from
think it was about money. It's not alleged because alcohol. I think this was all over a money dispute.
That was gonna be my next question is why?
Ramirez stated that his father had given him $5.
Over $5?
It's a lot of money, Your Honor. Just come.
Mr. Ramirez, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Where you living now, man? Are you still living at this house?
No, sir.
Where you living?
Until I be in my friend's house.
You know, you have quite a bit of priors and they're all recent. I don't want to have to deem you a public danger, put you in jail and make your bond really high, Mr. Ramirez, but if you can't control yourself, I'll have no other choice. The only thing I'm asking you to do now is stay away from your brother and your sister. You understand? Not to be in possession of any weapons. You can abide by these conditions, you and I will be best friends. Otherwise, we're going to be mortal enemies, and I'm telling you, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? If you have a drug or alcohol problem, you better address it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. This is not our first run-in. This is not our second run-in now. How old are you? What do you do? What do you do with your life? Are you high right now?
I'm sleeping, bro. I'm tired.
It's not bro, it's just my bro. It's just
Just, we're not bros.
I'm tired. I'm not nothing, bro. I'm chilling.
You can barely keep your eyelids open, man.
I'm tired, man.
If I go drug test you right now, what's gonna show? What's it gonna show?
I don't do no drugs, but
Let's see. I'm sending you for a drug test right now, Mr. Ramirez. Let's see. Sir, you must come back to court. Do you understand? I'm gonna give you a lawyer today, but no more dope, no more alcohol, and I'm gonna test you right now. I wanna see what, if anything, that you're on. Okay. I am entering what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Edwin Vega and EV as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Both of these people commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is a stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You sure you can keep your eyes open?
I'm listening.
You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work. All right, let's send them for now. I'm gonna have you come up here so we can have you sign for the order for protection. And then I'll just have you wait by the side, please. Deputy. You tested positive for cocaine and marijuana.
I only do weed.
Say that again?
I know that I only do weed, so I don't know where that cocaine comes from, because I don't even do cocaine.
The tests say something different. I'm gonna tell you now, it's over. Weed, cocaine, alcohol, everything. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna tell you now, you test positive one more time for anything, I'm gonna make your bond really, really high, and I will put you in a rehab facility. I'm now putting you on my Monday and Thursday list that you will come here to test with me on a weekly basis so that I know you're not using. And I'm telling you now, if I find that you're using, it's over. So you do cocaine, you do any this weekend, I'll see you on Monday. We'll see. Okay, come on.
Your Honor, is there a prosecutor there still?
Yes.
Yes.